Happy Monday, Raw Food Rehab. Last week, we just put the finishing touches on our first 4 weeks of our 11-week Total Health and Weight Loss Initiative. It's our first official initiative that we started since we opened the doors of the Raw Food Rehab unit just, it was the second week of October is when we got started. So we officially have 4 weeks under our belt as a group, but we've had so many new people that have joined the website since the beginning, and so we just continue to grow as a community, and it's really been so exciting. After looking at the calendar this morning, I realized we have just under 7 weeks left, or 46 more days of our initiative to go. So the question is, what can you do in the next 46 days that's going to impact your health and your weight loss, if that is what you're going for here. So many people do have numbers of pounds that they would like to lose, and I thought that it would be the perfect time, since we have enough time left to really make a significant difference. I wanted to talk about some success stories that we have already had within the Raw Food Rehab unit, and I thought I would kick it off with a quick story of our biggest guinea piglet, as he has affectionately named himself, Mr. Dennis Clark. If you haven't had the pleasure of knowing Dennis, I suggest that you pay attention to him around the unit. Dennis started it with our original Raw Food Rehab experiment on June the 1st. And Dennis weighed, I want to make sure to get this right, on that day, Dennis weighed 485 pounds. Now, I don't know where you are in your health journey right now, but I bet we don't have too many members here that weigh over that amount at this time. So Dennis heard my challenge go out on YouTube and the internet that I was looking for a few good guinea pigs to do this research project for my book, and he took the bait. Well, Dennis and I have become good friends, and his story is pretty amazing, and I actually read his whole story on a clip on YouTube at the end of our first 11-week experiment. And I'm going to give you a link to that under this video. It will warm your heart to hear Dennis's full story. But since June the 1st, Dennis has lost 90 pounds. Okay, that's not that long, people. June, July, August, September, October, and just a little bit of November. Not quite 6 months. He's kicked 90 pounds to the curb. It's huge. Now, at 195 pounds today, Dennis is still a big guy. I mean, he's got plenty of work ahead of him. But as you can see, being part of Raw Food Rehab, it's like I'm not about the ultimate arrival. I'm all about the journey and learning to make the journey work for you. So I asked Dennis, what are some things that you've done that's made this possible for you? And he just gave me a list. I'm going to read. He said, the biggest change, first of all, since going raw is I notice that I have a totally different amount of energy when I wake up in the morning. It's just like night and day difference. He also notices just unbelievable increase in energy when he goes out to exercise. Now, Dennis also is running he and Jody together run our 10,000 Step Club, which is in the fitness room. Now, people, if Dennis can get out and bust a move at 395 pounds, I don't really think most of us have an excuse, right? So I love it that he wanted to spearhead that group. What a testimony, that he's willing to get out and walk. And he says he notices a huge difference. He also is a Y membership, and he swims on a regular basis. Two of the biggest things that he has given up since going raw is he cut sweet tea. And those of you who are from the South know about sweet tea. Dennis was drinking about 5 or 6 glasses of sweet tea every day. I mean, he would drink it at night as a dessert. And sweet tea is basically a caffeine/sugar bomb, if you know what I'm talking about. So Dennis has given up sweet tea, and he's given up 95%, he says, of his soft drink consumption. He used to always have a Coke or Pepsi or something like that at every meal, pretty much. And now he drinks water. He also does a lot of juicing and green smoothies, but occasionally when he is in, because he travels in his job, occasionally when he's in a place where he doesn't trust the water, he has had a Sprite, but it's very, very infrequent that he does that. He lived on a standard American diet of high-fat, high-calorie food before starting with Raw Food Rehab, and now he's become a fan of avocados, and he even eats chia seeds. Dennis has taken on the 30-day raw challenge that Jody started in the Wellness Center. And just this last week, after having been all raw, Dennis has lost an additional 7 or 8 pounds, and he really didn't even exercise that much because where he lives, they just had this big hurricane thing going on, and it's been so wet that he hasn't been able to get out. But Dennis has made a huge impact on his health, and he's going to continue. I mean, I see no stopping for him, and I just wanted to let you know that no matter where you are today on your journey, there's hope for you, and there's answers right here in this raw food lifestyle for you. It's not about perfection, but it is about persistence. And Dennis has said that he would probably make a video later this week to share with you some of the things that he's been doing that's really helped him, as well as maybe some of the times when he's been struggling and what he's done to overcome those struggles. Making these kinds of transitions are not always easy, but they are deeply, deeply life-changing. And so, Dennis, I just want to thank you for being with us and sticking with us over these last several months since we started Raw Food Rehab. And I hope that you all will stay tuned, because each day this week I'm going to feature a member of Raw Food Rehab that is already starting to experience their own personal transformations. I know you'll be encouraged. I'll see you tomorrow.